Tired of that same old breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Same old tasting scrambled eggs, burger, that dinner steak, ribs, or pork chops. Why not add a little bit of spice or just a touch of heat to make the difference? Change that scrambled egg with a little bit of Johnny Fabulous's John Cena Sr.'s $1 Million Jalapeno Hot Sauce. Great on burgers, steaks, chops, and those barbecued ribs.
And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
DiBiase was in here. He said the reason they stopped the North American champion is because in Mid-South,
they had
a North American champion.
That's right.
Which I didn't know until Mr. DiBiase, who was on that couch, said that.
That is correct. Matter of fact, I think your old buddy, the Spoiler, was involved with that title.
Fucking love the Spoiler, dude.
And the Masked Grappler might have been involved with that kind of stuff. Yeah. I remember that.
Grappler.
A lot of wrestling mag reading back then. I remember reading about that title down south.
So now it seems to be the formula for the WWE.
Okay.
Now we have the Judgment Day and the Bloodline kind of mirroring each other on two different type of shows.
Very smart for them to do.
I thought to myself, Jimmy,
yeah,
being that we both believe that Bloodline and the Judgment Day are incredible factions.
I enjoy both immensely. Yes.
Give me your top 5 factions. I have mine on the script.
I see this.
Please go by your own. I was not trying to direct you one at all. Just I need the Jimmy Farrow top
First of all,
5.
the Nexus isn't on this.
Oh boy, I even thought they even existed.
Yeah, the Nexus was destroyed by John Cena in one pay-per-view blow, but that's a whole.
Greg
other
R
story.
says Don Jardine, the Spoiler. Yes.
Right.
Jay Will, Len Denton, the Grappler.
The Masked Grappler. Nice. Very nice.
Jay Will says, great for your show, Carlos Colon. We can grill him. I wanted to tell you, now that there's actually a video about Dutch Mantel talking about us. I showed it to Jimmy. I found it out of nowhere.
Right.
But anyway, when Dutch was going to be here, boy, did we have a script for him, boy.
Yeah.
And then
If Dutch
he bailed once, bailed twice.
Dutch, for a guy who, loves to be talkative and be out there, he sure as shit is afraid to talk to us.
I hear this.
Gee, I wonder why. You're a badass Dutch. I like you. Where are you?
I would tell you, we had the opportunity to talk to Dutch Mantel or Cologne.
What did he call us?
Nobodies.
Excellent. That's awesome.
He
Hey,
did
Dutch.
call us nobodies.
Why are you afraid of nobody? Come on. Come on, Dutch. What are you so afraid of?
He said nobodies and nobody's listening.
He knows we're going to make... Oh, plenty of people are listening, Dutch. You're just afraid we're going to make fun of your freaking Yosemite Sam look. That's what you're afraid
All right,
of.
back to greatest factions.
Okay, fine. Well, anything involving Dutch Mantel is not great. One of the greatest factions. So we got that. Well, let's see. Greatest faction of all time.
Go from 5 to 1. So 5 being...
Well, you know what's weird? I kind of agree with what you
Then
have
go with those.
here.
Go with those.
I do... Okay, from 5 to 1. Wow. This is really hard, Mr. Monty. Okay. I will say number 5 is the Horseman.
Okay.
I will say...
Which I had the Horseman at number 4, but that's not bad.
I will say number 5 is the Horseman.
Why is 5 the Horseman? Well, go through your list.
I'll tell you why. Because the Horseman, unlike... Well, I can't say
Very
that
influential faction for a very long time.
All right. This is gonna be hard then. This is really gonna be hard. I think that the NWO and DX deserve to almost share the top spot. Like it's a 1 and 1A.
It's like 1 and 1A.
It's like a 1 and 1A.
For this conversation, I put NWO first, DX second.
Right. For this conversation, I probably would have done the same thing.
Right.
Okay. Now, number 3, if you want to be technical, I agree with you. I do think it's the Bloodline at this point. Because all they have to do is just point to the ratings and everything else and be like, yeah, what did you do?
Exactly.
So whether the old-fashioned, traditionalists like it or not, fucking face the music, okay?
Right.
What the Bloodline has done for years now, straight,
Years.
No break. No going away.
Right.
No adding Paul Roma.
Right.
No.
Great points. Not adding 80,000 more members.
Stop it. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, NWO and DX both kept adding a million members, right?
Especially the
Great
NWO.
Point. Great
especially
point.
the NWO.
Great
but,
point.
you know, I mean, nothing can, in my mind, top the original DX or the original NWO. Those three guys. Oh, my God. You know? Then when it comes to a choice between the Horsemen and the Freebirds, that is really rough for me. But I would personally pick the Freebirds above the Horsemen.
Personally, on my own personal level, I would agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I would
They
say
didn't change a million members.
But as far as influence goes,
Right.
again, Freebirds were great,
Right.
but God,
That's rough,
boy,
man.
did
Listen,
I love the Freebirds.
This is so rough. I mean, really. Is there anyone we're not mentioning? And you can't mention Judgment Day with these folks yet. Not even close.
I was kind of thinking to myself, they're not there yet,
No
but they're coming.
way. They're on their way.
They're on their way.
Yeah, they're on their way. Give it another year or two.
I was thinking to myself,
If
what
they
if I put
stay
the
together.
Von Erichs on there?
It's not a faction. It's a family.
Why wouldn't? What's the difference?
To me, there's a difference.
Tell me why, though. Because that's what I thought too. But
Well,
I go,
what is that? Does
what
that
is
mean
their
the Rhodes family is now a faction?
Well, did they work together?
A faction to me is a collective bunch of individuals that are just a gimmick.
With Demolition?
The Von
with-
Erich's gimmick was to be blood-related brothers. That's not a gimmick. That's just their family.
I kind of feel like I
They're just
understand,
family.
but they wrestled together.
Right. Well, they ran together. Okay, so Bruno and David Sammartino. Check out
But
that
that's
faction.
not a faction.
They
That's
wrestled together.
It's a tag team.
Yeah.
You need a third or a fourth, right?
Okay.
So Demolition could have been a faction, right? When they brought Crush in.
Ugh, what a horrible
I
faction.
know, I understand, but
Yeah.
it was a faction.
I guess so, if you want
The
to put it
Legion
that
of
way.
Doom in the Georgia Championship Wrestling days
Nation of
was.
Domination's a faction.
Yes.
That's a faction.
That's
the
right.
Von Erich family, that's a family. I don't even want to get into it. That's a family.
Listen,
And this is
I get
you
it,
know?
but you could
Yeah.
say they're a faction.
Yeah, if you want, but no one's going to look at it that way.
Well,
I
again,
mean, I won't.
listen,
I won't look at it that way.
One of the greatest factions wrestled one of the greatest families, right? It was still,
Wait
that
a
was the
minute,
biggest
how
feud.
dare we not include the Blackpool Combat Club? What, are you kidding me?
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Well, before
what
we-
about the Jericho Appreciation Society?
Before we go, well, there's so many factions in the AWA. Sooner or later, they
There's
might
nothing-
strike gold.
There's nothing but.
So we'll
12-man tag team match this week.
We'll finish
You hear?
off. I did. We'll finish
12-man.
off the show with the AEW dance-off.
The what?
It was
Boy, I'm glad I don't have cable.
MJF and Adam Cole against Sammy Guevara
Dance off?
and Garcia, and before the match they had a dance-off.
What are they trying? Are they trying to be WWE?
Well, I will tell you this.
MJF must could really cut a rug.
It was really very entertaining. MJF was fantastic.
Sounds
You know who
hilarious.
wasn't fantastic?
Who's that?
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole's got 2 left feet?
Not only that, he ruined his gimmick last night. And when you watch it, you'll understand what I'm saying. Adam Cole, as much as I make fun of him,
Right.
there was a level of coolness
You're
about him, right?
It's all gone now.
Because the way he danced, he looked like a video game guy, and it was so bad.
How did the crowd react to him? Was it a good reaction? Yes or no? Because I got to see this for myself now.
I think everybody was entertained, but when you look back at it now,
That's a
I think
bit of
to
a jumping the
myself,
shark,
you go, yeah, you kind of ruined your character.
right.
Would have been cooler if you just refused
Right.
to dance.
Is anybody going to point out the size of Keith Lee's boobs nowadays? This guy's not. This guy is. What is going on with this guy? Have you seen what he looks like? No, I'm serious.
How can't you?
I'm like, that's true. Half of them gets to the room before the other half. That's messed up.
Lou says MJF is pretty good at as much as
He's a good
everything.
dancer. Very interesting.
MJF has got it.
I know he's got it.
But I'll
He
keep
won't be able
reiterating.
to sell it in the WWE.
He can't
They won't
sell
let
it
him.
in the WWE.
They won't let him.
And on
Yeah.
top of that, MJF is built. He's got a great body.
I believe so.
But-
yes. Too small.
He's small.
Somehow still too small.
He's small. When you're up, when you know how I go.
Is he L.A. Knight size?
No way.
Nice. I like
Not
that.
even close.
Okay. I'm just curious. I haven't sat there and really compared.
And I
the
got to
two.
tell you, I saw a picture of Austin Theory when they were in UK.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? One of the podcast guys took a picture with them. I guess we
Okay.
went there.
Gotcha.
Friggin' Austin Theory is friggin' huge.
Is he really?
Friggin'
He's
huge.
he's cut like a statue.
He is huge.
Honestly, I haven't seen a build like that since Randy Orton. You know, he's
I'll
not
tell
as
you
tall,
what, yeah.
But he's got a hell of a build. He really does. Austin Theory going to make it though at the end of the day? Like,
Yes.
I feel
Austin
like
Theory, they're going to take the LA
belt-
Knight's going to take it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. Okay, but then what happens to Theory?
Give the fans Theory's recover.
Because it feels like Theory's had that belt and nothing's happening. That's a mistake. That title is not worth shit. Gunther's title is worth something nowadays. True or false? True or false?
Right now, yes. You're
And
understood.
that's due to great
But you know what,
writing
though?
and Gunther.
Wrestling in general,
Yeah.
right? I realize this now. It gets really hot, and then it really dies.
Right.
About a year or 2 years ago, we were going through the dying period
Yeah,
where
it felt
everybody
like
was like,
everything was
this is
sick.
just really bad.
Right.
But now,
pretty
today's
hot.
era,
Dude, what about the ratings lately for SmackDown?
let me just ask you this.
Wow.
Put
Yeah.
this group, these last 2 years,
Yeah.
could you compare it to the Attitude Era?
No, I won't.
I'm going to say you can.
I'm
going to say you can.
Talent-wise?
Talent-wise,
There's a lot of
fan-wise,
talent.
everything.
There's a lot of talent, but I'm not ready to say that anything is quite like the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was just insanity. You know what's funny, though? I think the quality of some of these shows week to week in the last 2 years with the Bloodline and everything is better than some of the shit show. If you look back at the Attitude Era,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
some of that stuff was real crap.
Look, let's be honest.
Some of those
Everybody
pay-per-views
watched
were
Raw
crap.
just to see Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The Rock.
And then when The Rock eventually,
and
right?
then Jericho.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very sexy time period.
But
It really was.
I would put the wrestling right now in the WWE has
It's
probably
fantastic.
not been hotter.
It's fantastic. I think it's excellent. As a whole,
I think
it's been great.
Luce says MJF is 5'10", 225. Again,
Short.
looks good.
That's short.
Everything else, but
That's
the problem
short.
is
Hulk
when you
Hogan
go
was
to the
6'6",
land, when you go to the land of the
6'7".
WWE,
Yeah, the land of the Giants.
you know, an Austin Theory,
How tall is Roman Reigns?
it's got to be 6'3".
6'2", 6'3",
Yeah,
whatever
something
the hell.
like that.
He's a big dude.
Dude,
Sami
Randy-
Zayn in person is a effing skyscraper.
Yeah, yeah.
I was with Bart like years back at NXT before he
Right.
even made it to what he is today. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, Bart, he's a skyscraper. He was huge.
Real quick, has Zayn cooled off now?
I think the fans still effing love him.
I think he's cooled off a bit.
I would think so.
So that's where I think LA Knight's going to end up, right? He'll be hot for the moment, and then he'll come down. Listen,
don't
I could be
know.
wrong. Listen, I will
You know what?
openly
You know what
admit.
will cool him down? Only one thing will cool him down: bad writing. I mean that.
I don't
That
think
is
the
the only
WWE is
thing-
doing bad writing. Dude, I know you didn't watch Raw. Watch the Viking.
Well, I have no TV
They had
right
a
now.
Viking,
It's a bit of a
Vikings rules match.
Oh, I heard that was great.
You would think like, oh my God, turn off the TV.
I heard that was
It
great.
was incredible.
Dude, as soon as I get reception at home, I'm going to watch it. I'm having a problem right now.
I'm
like,
telling
what the
you,
fuck?
Raw was off the hook
I'm
Monday.
pissed, man. I got to get that Wi-Fi thing fixed.
All right, with that, join us at 9 o'clock with
Join
the
us.
main show where we have the great Brian Adidas in studio. Jimmy, send us out.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling. And until next week in wrestling, to all our fans at home and loved ones, later.